in 2025. You have internet, you have a laptop, you have chat GPT, and you have electricity to power on your laptop. And you are not making money online, you're leaving so much money on the table. And it does not matter your age, because the internet, the financial markets, and technology have virtually democratized making money. And many of us are still insisting on making money the way money used to be made in the 1940s and 60s, which is what we inherited. Trading your time, trading your skills, for money, for a 9 to 5 job. There's nothing wrong with 9 to 5. I started there myself. But the problem with that 9 to 5 is that you are underpaid. You're complaining about your job. You don't even like it. You don't like the people you work with. And you go every day just because you have to go, not that you really want to go. So that's the problem with the old way of making money. The old way of making money has gone. And the reason many of us are struggling financially is that we have not embraced the new way of making money. And the new way of making money, I have just told you. If you have a laptop, you have internet connection, you have Wi-Fi, you have electricity, and you have chat GPT. You are good to go. So that's why this evening, in this session, I'm going to show you that making money online is now easy. It's much easier than it used to be today. Because I remember the time I started trying to make money online. It was not a joke. It was 2007. The internet was nothing like what we have today. We were using dial-up. We didn't have smartphones in those days. Internet was an extremely scarce commodity. Many times, it's only people who were working with multinationals. I'm talking about Africa now, not in Europe or in the US. Who had access, people working in multinationals, because in 2007, I was still working with Shell. So I had access to internet in the office. So I learned a lot of things, online. But to start an online business in 2007, it was easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than to start making money on the internet in 2007. That was when I started. And it was literally impossible. It was extremely complicated, You have to learn how to build a website, which was a very complicated technology in those days. And there were just very few people, professionals, who knew how to build a website, and they made a kill. I remember one guy from Canada, he may be listening to this, who at some point was billing me $500, I'm not kidding you, every 2 weeks, like $1,000 a month, to build a website for me. And I did that for several months. I still never made money. It was complicated. I couldn't do it. In those days, you had to learn PHP, you had to learn HTML, you had to learn all those programs, JavaScript, to be able to put up a website. And then most times, I don't know, some of you who are old enough, who know what I'm talking about, please go ahead and confirm it in the chat, in the comment section. Because I remember in those days, it was extremely difficult. And at the end of it, what you had was basically a digital signboard. It's a digital signboard. You couldn't interact with just to show your face, your products or something on the internet. It was extremely difficult. And then email marketing. I tried email marketing. It was extremely difficult. The integrations, integrating GetResponse or Contact. There's another one they call iContact. Integrating all those things into the website. You needed extreme technologies to make that happen. But ladies and gentlemen, today, with one click of the button, one click on a website, you can build a website in less than 30 seconds. Did you know that? Thanks to AI and to website building tools online. So it just asks you, what is the name of your website? What's the name of your business? AI will ask you, what's the name of your business? What do you want to sell? Basic questions, and you just answer those questions, and it will generate a full website for you in seconds with pictures, even product pictures and things like that. It wasn't like that in 2007. So that's why I'm saying it's far easier. Therefore, if you're not making money online, it's because that you're still living under that programming of how things used to be. A couple of years ago, I saw a booklet. The title was very interesting, and it applies, to financial freedom. The title of that book was something like, "The Prison Door is Open. What are you still doing inside?" The prison door is open. What are you still doing inside? Do you understand what I'm saying? Type yes if you get it. So you've been captivated and imprisoned by lack, by financial difficulties for the past 5, 10, 15, some of us going to 20 and 30 years. I know somebody who has been financially imprisoned for 30 years. But the title of that book is "The Prison Door is Open. What are you still doing inside?" It's far much easier today to earn money online, literally from thin air. And the tools are free. You start with the tools free. Then later, as you're scaling, you can subscribe. ChatGPT, I started free. Now I pay $20 every month. But you don't have to start with $20 every month. Canva, the same thing. I started free. Now I pay, I believe it's $120 per annum or something like that. But you don't even, these tools are free. And they are there. And you see, what shocks me even more is that we have people in their 20s, and in their 30s who aren't making money online. And if you're talking about the oldies like myself, I'm 59, I'm going to be 60 in a few weeks, 2 months, then you can actually say, if you're talking about 50s, people in the 50s, even though that's not an excuse, but you can say that people in the 50s, in the 60s, grew through the background I just showed you. We knew how difficult, extremely difficult it was just 20 years ago, 30 years ago to make money online. So many people in my generation don't even try, but that's not an excuse. So if you are 60 and above and you're listening to this, you're 50s, you're listening to this, I will not excuse you, because it's so easy now. It's much easier than that time in our generation. So, but I'm shocked that there are people in their 20s who are complaining about money. I'm shocked that there are young men in their 20s who still come to ask me for money. Graduate, and you're in your 20s. You have a laptop, you have Wi-Fi. What are you doing with the Wi-Fi? You have ChatGPT or some other artificial intelligence app. And then what was this, the fourth one? And you are 25, 26, 27, and you are asking uncle for money. No, it's not right. No. If you did that 30, 40 years ago, I can excuse you. But not today. I don't know. The opportunities are massive. Nobody should be poor. Nobody should be poor. The opportunities are massive. Now, so we started a series last Sunday titled the 12 ways, practical ways, that 12 game-changing ways to earn money online. Now, I have given you 6 of the ways. And in the description of this session, in the description of this very live session, you will see the link to part A. So I'm not going to go through the previous 6. I will just mention them, and then I will focus on the remaining 6 ways. So you can always go to that video. The link is in the description of this particular video. You can always go there and go through the very first 6 ways to start making money online tomorrow. Part of the compelling reason that you should start making money online is what in business school, I teach in business schools, so what in the business schools that we call low barrier of entry. Type it, everybody, type it in the comment section. Low barrier of entry. And I'm going to explain that in a moment. Low barrier of entry. Type it in the comment section. So you see, many people, many years ago, could not do this. Like what the stories I just told you, like in 2007, I spent millions. I'm not kidding you. I spent millions. In fact, in the same 2007, I paid, there was a company in the US. I attended an event in the US, and there was a company, popular company in those days called IMC, Internet Marketing Company or something like that. I still have some of their folders from the US. Let me show you. These are some of it, I paid $10,000 a year for 2 years to these people to learn. And so I have a pack. These are just some of them. There were really so many. So this one is blogging for dollars. I paid $10,000 for this program a year. So for the 2 years, $20,000. 2007. Look at this one. Internet Millionaires Bootcamp. It was a lot of money. Now, traveling to the US, because of course, I couldn't get it anywhere in Africa. I couldn't get that kind of education anywhere in Africa. This one that had tapes. We were still using cassette tapes in those days. So this was one. I've been in this journey for a long time. So the things I tell you are not theory. I've been in this journey. I haven't arrived, but I've seen a lot. So when I tell you that the barrier of entry at that time was very high, because how many people, even like some of us here, I know some of you are watching from the United States or something, but some of you from South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Zambia, Cameroon, and other, how many of you had $20,000 to pay for one program? Like if I ask you now, pay me $20,000 to teach you this, how many of you have it? But the barrier of entry is so low that all you need is what you already have. You don't need to buy anything additional. And if you don't have a laptop, you can actually start with your smartphone. And then you use your first few profits to buy a laptop. But by all means, make money online. So that is one compelling reason. The barrier of entry is extremely low. Now, so it's not even like if you have to start an engineering company or you have to start a manufacturing company, you want to start producing, I almost said baby oil, but baby oil is such a loaded word in 2025. So let's say you want to start producing palm kernel oil. So I think that's a better oil than baby oil. because I wanted to do this. That's what I'm talking about, palm kernel oil. Because palm kernel oil production, PKO, is liquid gold. Oil and gas don't even come close to palm kernel oil, PKO. So I have a couple of people, who produce it around me here. And then there is an industrial area. All they do is producing palm kernel oil. So I wanted to go into it because the demand for palm kernel oil is extremely high, both within the continent and also outside. And when I was doing the feasibility study and then designing my business model, I went there, interviewed people who owned palm kernel oil processing factories, and all of them said they can't even produce enough. I'm telling you, if you have the money today and you go into PKO, palm kernel oil production, not palm oil, so the palm kernel oil, the one you get from, cracking the palm nuts, bringing out the kernel, and then extracting oil. That oil is liquid gold. That's what they use to produce your so-called vegetable oil, which is not vegetable anything. That's what they use. That's what pharmaceuticals use for so many products. That's what people who make cosmetics use for. So you never have enough. In fact, the day I went to that place, I saw tankers waiting for oil, and there was not enough oil. Okay, but guess what? I now went, met some Chinese companies, that produce the machinery for the crushing, for the roasting, for the everything. And by the time I finished pricing the equipment, to get the facility done, I needed at least $500,000. Get the site, build it up, acquire the machinery and all that. $500,000. But did you know that $500,000 is what a lot of people are making online in 1 year? Look at some of the, okay, just go to Google, type the top earning YouTube creators in Africa. You can even do it as we are talking. You'll be amazed how much money these guys are making. I think there's a pastor that holds some money, something. I heard that last year he made an equivalent of 7 or 8 billion naira. And in his programs in the morning, sometimes up to 2 million people join. 2 million people means 2,000 meals. Meaning that 2 million people join, and if they all net, like for the period of time that he's there, if he does like, let's say 40 million views in a day, and it's across miniature, I'm just talking about YouTube, that is 40,000 meals. If you multiply, if let's say that his RPM, revenue per meal, because I'm going to talk about it, let's say that his revenue per meal is, take something conservative, like $5, because it varies depending on the continent. Let's say that his revenue per meal, YouTube pays him $5 for every 1,000 views. Guys, that is 40,000. So 40 million views is 40,000 by 5. That is $200,000 in 1 day. Let's make it even much lower. Let's say it's 10 million views. That is daily, whatever he's doing. That is 10,000 meals. That's 20,000 meals if it is 20 million hours. You multiply 20,000 by 5. That is $100,000 a day. Free on the internet. Literally free. All the guy is using, maybe because of his whatever, so he has cameras, he has lighting, he has the same internet data that you use to watch scroll TikTok. And so there are people making that money. So I'm just telling you that if I ask you now for $500,000 to set up a palm kernel oil production mill or factory, you are going to need about $500,000. You don't have it. That's what we call high barrier of entry. But this one, online, you already have your laptop, you have internet connection, because that's how you are able to join me here, and you just start. You know, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, is somebody getting value? Type in the comment section. Type value. Let me know. Type value and tell me where you are joining from. Just value. If you're from Sweden, say value Sweden. Value Ghana. Value. Everybody, just let me know where you're joining from. Are you getting value so far? Is somebody getting inspired? Yeah, absolutely. Excellent. Hello, Fadiremi. Good to see you. Yeah, value Lagos, value Jos, value Abuja, value USA. Yeah, value Nigeria, value Akure, value Jamaica. Yeah, value. Yeah, value from Ghana. So I tell you, this thing is not complicated. Yeah, value Trinidad and Tobago, value Enugu. Okay, value Ebonyi. Okay, Ebonyi, value East Africa, value from Lagos. Yeah, I want you to, I want to make you believe and help you believe that making money is easy if you know what you're doing. Making money is easy if you have a system in place. You can make money doing even what I'm doing tonight, because it's easy. It's easy, okay? Now, so let me tell you the 12 game-changing ways to earn money online. As I said, I already did the first 6, and the link to that video, to the first 6, are in the description of this video. So make sure that you take some time and watch it and come back here, because the important thing, which is why I run the Financial Fitness Challenge, because my goal is not just to keep packing information and giving you. So I know I have high value information to give, but that's not the goal. The goal is I want to see you. I want to, one day, I fly into Liberia. While I'm in Monrovia, while I'm at the airport in Monrovia, waiting for my cab, I want to see you running towards me, screaming, "Hey, Obo, Awoke, Obo, Awoke." I mean, of course, I won't know who you are. Obo, Awoke, and everybody will be watching it. And then you'll be saying, you say, "I want to thank you because you opened my eyes to possibilities. And today, I am very wealthy, and I'm also helping other people in my community. I'm teaching them what you told me because it worked in my life." That's my ultimate reward. The Financial Fitness Challenge is just $125 or 125,000 naira. That's nothing. That does not pay the diesel for my car. That does not pay, Elon Musk Starlink I use every day. I have subscriptions like ChatGPT, Canva, vidIQ, all kinds of things, how much I spend every month to make this possible for you. That does not pay for these books. And then when I spend this sort of time with companies, because I have clients, I have worked for companies like MTN Nigeria, Flutter Wave, many of the companies that you know, some of the banks, big banks, and they pay me. But I choose this time to come spend it because if I ask you to pay me what the corporate bodies are paying me, then you won't have access to this information. You won't have it because I won't. But I know that for you to make progress in your life, not just money, but in terms of purpose, in terms of your relationships, because all these things, are just, every transformation starts in the mind. And that's really what I'm hitting at. I want you to have an excellent family life. I want you to be able to educate your children properly. To educate them not based on what you can afford, but based on the best value available. I want you to grow in such a way that, because my own money, the purpose of, when I talk about money or wealth, I'm different, when it comes to money. So when you hear me talk about money, just forget what all these other people are doing on social media and showing you big, flexing, showing you big cars. That's not the purpose of money. Showing you private jets and showing you mansions where they're living. That's not the purpose of money. And then you've never seen any of my videos, doing that sort of nonsense. Because the purpose of money, the purpose of wealth, is for you to fulfill the purpose for which you are here. Why? Because you're not taking any of it away. You are not taking any of it away. Bill Gates is not going with $1. Warren Buffett, any of the Elon Musk. The other day I read that he's worth $500 billion, his net worth, the first human being on earth to reach that net worth. I think that was last week. Did any of you read it? $500 billion is not going with any of it. So by all means, let's make the billions in dollars. Join me in the billionaire journey. Not for the sake of having $1 billion, but for the potential impact that you can have. Number one, on yourself. Number two, your family, your community, and then globally. Because many of us we are not helping our families. Not because we don't want to, but because you can't. You are still struggling to survive, to eat. And your parents are struggling. Your wife and children, they are struggling. Every single school season, school fee problems and things like that. No, that's what I want to end. So that you will not only become self-sufficient, your family will become self-sufficient, your community will become self-sufficient, and then you'll be able to fulfill whatever purpose you were here for. Is this making sense? Is this helping somebody? Right. Excellent. Yes. Okay. So Real Motivation says, I join you, sir, in the billionaire journey. Absolutely. Festus says that. Okay. You're ready to. That's about Elon Musk. Yeah. Purpose of wealth is for you to fulfill your purpose on earth. Absolutely. Because you're not going to go with any of that. Absolutely. Yeah. Making money is easy if you know what you are doing, if you have a system. Absolutely, Festus. Absolutely. Okay. So that's why you need to do this. So for all of you who follow my channel, it's not optional for you. It's optional for other people to be wealthy. But it's not optional for you. Because the information I'm giving you is so distilled, is so practical. It's not theory. I'm not a young person. I've gone through, I can show you, like I just showed you. $20,000 invested in 2007 in internet marketing company. So, but now to make it extremely simple, for you to be able to do that. So, let me recap the first 6 game-changing ways to start earning money online right now, and then I will go to the remaining 6. So, we said the very first one that is accessible is remote online jobs. Okay? Remote online jobs. I just saw what Peace typed in the comment section. I love it. Say, wife, acronym. Wealth is for exchange. I love it. Wife. Incidentally, in my local language, wife, um, wife has the literal meaning of wife is uriako, somebody who enjoys wealth, who enjoys your wealth. There's also odoziako, somebody who manages it, very well. So I like that. Wealth is for exchange, wife. And then the other way, which is interesting, because one of the ways, guys, that the only time you know that you have made money is when you have more money than your wife can spend. If you don't have more money than your madam can spend, don't go online flexing because you don't have money. See, the only way you know you have money is when you bring out your credit card or your debit card and say, honey, go shopping anywhere in the world you want, go shopping. And then you're sure that no matter what she buys, the card is not going to be declined. That, yeah, when you have that kind of confidence, that's flexing. So just give her a card, go shopping, please. I just need to be alone this weekend. I need to be alone to think, this weekend and all that. Please take this card, go shopping anywhere you want. So she can go to Singapore, she can go to Dubai, she can go to London, she can go to New York or something and shop. That's how you know. So thank you, Peace, for that. Without you panicking. I like that. So Adeola says, without you panicking. That's when you know. And I haven't gotten there yet. So that's why I'm not flexing with the big boys. Because I'm not a big boy. Okay. So the first one is remote online jobs. As I'm talking to you, there are people working. I know some young Nigerians who are in Nigeria working for companies in the United States and different places. And at the end of every month, they're having 1.5, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, and all that. So it's available. Do research. Okay? So there's remote online jobs. Again, I explained all these things in detail in the first part of this video. So go to the link and then watch it. I explained it in detail, including telling you how to get these things. The second way to make money online that we discussed last Sunday is AI-powered freelancing. And you can type it as I mentioned it. So AI-powered freelancing. That's the second one, because now AI makes freelancing extremely easy, extremely fast. In those days, you give somebody a graphic design, graphic designers in those days, 10, 20 years ago, let's say you're having a program, you're having an event, or let's say, your father died, like mine died. It used to be a big deal in those days to design graphics. It used to be a big deal. So sometimes you give graphic designers things to do, and they had so much work that 5 days you are still asking. So I remember when I did my first book, to get the book cover out was a lot of work. But today, with AI, so some of us still use freelancers because we can't do everything and we don't have the time to do everything. So if you can do graphics, you can do many of these freelancing things, resume writing and all that, you can make a lot of money doing it online. And what used to take you 5 days, in those days only take 5 minutes today. It just takes your creativity. Okay, let me not say 5 minutes, not up to 5 minutes. It just takes your creativity and maybe 1 minute. The third way you make money online is digital products. This is money minting. This also works for me. There's no day I wake up that someone from somewhere in the world, different places in the world, has not bought one of my programs that I have digitally. So digital product mix, and that one is so accessible because you can even start that one tonight. You can create a digital product using AI very, very easily. Okay. Maybe you're a retired nurse and there is something that you can pass on to retired nurses and, sorry, to other nurses, to younger nurses, some career guidance, career advice, and then you write a digital product titled something like how to advance in your nursing career, or something nicer than that, something more catchy than that. Um, the seven things to avoid in your nursing career if you must make it to something, and then you do that. You can actually finish that tonight. You can do it tonight. Just go pick your laptop, connect to the internet, go to ChatGPT and tell it, okay, you want to write this book, you want to develop this program, or maybe it's even a mentorship program. So write me a 12-week curriculum that nurses from all over the world can sign on. And then you just come on Zoom. They register, they pay you. This, what I've just described to you, if you're a retired nurse, is money waiting. So the problem is not that the money is not waiting for you to be made, for you to make it online. The thing is, are you willing to release yourself of self-doubt, of fear, of procrastination, and just start? Many times the problem, even some of you, and if it is true, just say, that's me. Many of you even know this is I'm talking about. But for the past 3, 4, 5 years, you've been saying, I will build a digital product, I will do that, but you've never done it. Why? Procrastination. So you see, at the end of it, the problem is not that there's no money to be made. The problem is procrastination. The problem is procrastination. Self-doubt. You're always waiting until everything is perfect, until you know it. If that's you, just type, that's me in the comment section. Okay, so that is number 3. Now, the 4th way to make money online that we discussed is affiliate marketing. So we talked about that, affiliate marketing. Very, very powerful way to make money. Affiliate marketing is not dead. In fact, the other day, I flew to Abuja. And I met one gentleman approached me in the plane. And then he happened to be someone who follows my work, my channel. So he was very excited, and he actually bought a physical copy of my book. He wanted me to autograph for him when we got down. So we got chatting, and I asked him, because he looked very comfortable, and then for a young man to be flying within this space, because you know what the airfares have done in recent times. So for him to be very comfortable, young man, probably in his mid to late 20s or something. So I asked him, so what do you do? He said, affiliate marketing. And then at the time, he was probably making something close to $2,000-$3,000 every month from affiliate marketing. So there are people around you making money from affiliate marketing today. Okay, so watch the first part of the video where we discussed affiliate marketing. Then number 5, we talked about YouTube automation. YouTube automation. So many people prefer to do faceless YouTube, faceless video. Even though, in my opinion, I would actually encourage you, as much as possible, do your face-to-face video. I don't know whether that's the opposite of faceless. Okay, so that the type I'm doing, right now, because showing your face and teaching and talking has so many benefits. So I get invitations from around the world. There are people, some of you in the United States, who can wait for me to come there, and then you want us to meet up. So there are meetups that we'll likely have in the United States, because I have people in the United States who follow this program. I have invitations to places like Zambia. I had invitations to Liberia. And the reason is they see my face, so they know who I am. And then I'm also building my brand. The faceless is very good. Many people are making so much money on face. There's a young Nigerian who makes 20 to 50,000 US dollars every month on faceless YouTube. And then he's into the crime scene, the crime genre, because not every genre does very well in faceless. Not every genre does very well in faceless, but it appears that things around crime, crime stories, things around health seem to do well. Things around money also seems to do well, but it really has to be very good. So I've seen book summaries, many book summaries that are definitely YouTube automation. And in YouTube automation, you have apps that allow you to generate the script, allow you to use a voiceover because it's not your voice, and then allows you to create visuals to go with the script. And then this is done with AI, and you can make a lot of money, and you can gain so many followers and so many views and things like that. But like I'm saying, for a long term, you're not building a brand because people don't know who is behind the channel. But if you need to make money, you can consider that. The sixth way to make money is micro consulting. Please type it. This is really powerful because I remember last Sunday, I don't know how many of you were there in the first part of this session. For many of you, that was your aha moment. Because the question I asked you, why sell your whole life when you can sell 30 minutes? You're selling your whole life, for instance, in the 9 to 5. I'm not saying you should stop your 9 to 5. But you see, you can do micro consulting over the weekend. And if you're retired, you can do micro consulting. You're a retired banker, you're in Dubai. I know quite a number of you join me from Dubai. And then you charge $97, for a 30-minute Zoom call, teaching professionals how to negotiate salary. That's fantastic. Micro consulting can change your life. It doesn't cost you anything. It can change your life, okay? So now let's go to the number 7. So the number 7 way of making money online is print on demand and merch, okay, for merchandise. Print on demand and merchandising. So just think about it, because I know people who do this. You design once, and people across the world wear your t-shirts. This one was actually made for me, the one I'm wearing now. I did a quote. I put a quote, in fact, I told a story of what happened during a visit to South Africa. And I was spending some time with my mentor in South Africa, and we drove to, I forget the name of the place, but there was this forest reserve around there and another golf course, around there. This was driving out of Johannesburg. So as we were going into this location, there was this forest reserve, and I saw a sign. I saw a sign post by the forest reserve, and they said, "Do not start a fire that you cannot quench." That was so powerful. I stood there for a while listening. I said, whoa, this is very powerful. So I made a post on it. I believe it was on LinkedIn or something. And then some lady, heard it, and she offered to do this, for me, she made this shirt and many other shirts with "Do not start a fire that you cannot quench." So, but imagine you make this shirt. The way it inspired me is the way it probably will inspire maybe 10 million people, maybe 100 million people. You never can just tell what can catch fire. And a lot of people, like some of you in the United States, this is such a fantastic opportunity for you, because there's always something happening in the United States that people turn to, turn to t-shirt quotes and things like that. They make mug, they make whatever. Trump has a lot of material. He gives a lot of material every single day, and then, so this print on demand is you design these t-shirts, and then it could be funny quotes, it could be powerful quotes, like at some point, Nigeria also has a lot of material. There was one that someone was testifying in the Senate, and he was revealing too much. So some senator, he didn't want him to talk, to reveal a lot more, because I think it was a live program. And then the guy shouted, it's okay, off the mic, it's okay, off the mic. Some people actually have that t-shirt. So some people jumped on it and made "it's okay" off the mic. And then you can always sell, on demand, move in line with the emotions and the happenings in the world at the same time. It could be something happening in Russia, in Gaza, or something, and there are people emotionally attached to what's happening in Gaza, and then they can print some really nice t-shirts and sell across the world. Yes, trend, James, that's the word. Designing using trends, or it can be quotes, it can be inspiration, it can be scripture, it can be whatever, but the opportunities are just endless. So you design it on Canva. You can design on Canva, and the good thing with Canva is that it already has templates that you just use, put the words there. Then you can upload it to some of the merch sites like Teespring, Redbubble, or Printful. You can upload to those. Then you promote these t-shirts on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, and even on YouTube. Some of you may have seen this merchandise on YouTube. Some of the people, big channels on YouTube, they have all this merchandise. That's how they are making money. So you can make money online. You don't have to wait until you have a big channel on YouTube. If you have t-shirts, see, there's always a community that has some interest or some attachment to something, some movement that you can tap into. There are people who enjoy wildlife. There are people who would die for animals. There are dog lovers. So that's why if you come into the cryptocurrency space that I recently started playing in, you will see dog memes, cat memes, all these NFTs having massive followers. So if you tap into the emotions of dog lovers and you start designing things and t-shirts for dog lovers, you will be shocked. Because people buy emotions, people don't buy reason. So people that buy what they are attached to. And there's just so much material. There are people who are into quantum physics. There may be very few, but it's very powerful niche. So if you look at those niches that people don't typically cover, and then you print some really nice, very inspiring, powerful things. Students are another big demographic. Students are another very big demographic. So this is how people make. And then the good thing is, it's called print on demand. You don't have to invest money ahead of time to do it. So the people order, and then you pay the printers, and then they ship it. They make it and then ship for you. That is incredible. Can you imagine that you design a t-shirt, you upload it to Teespring or to some of these sites, these merch sites, and you wake up in the morning and the thing goes viral. Can you imagine? You know, you're selling a t-shirt, usually like 20 something dollars, $30, and then you just wake up one morning and then you see 10,000 orders at $30. Guy, you know, you're made. You should call me for tea or for something. Okay? All right, so your ideas literally can clothe the world. You can type that. That should be an aha moment for somebody. Your ideas can clothe the world. So don't keep it. Now, that's number 7. Number 8 is niche subscription communities. And let me explain, because this is really very powerful. Niche subscription communities. Okay, just a second. Okay. All right. So, niche subscription communities. Listen, people are tired of noise. The noise online is incredible. So, people now want some private rooms, private places where they can grow, they can learn. It's a niche because it's too much noise out there. How many of you have actually been? It's happened to me, so don't be ashamed to raise your hand. You know, you've gone to TikTok and you just said, okay, while I'm waiting for the bus or something, or waiting for whatever, let me just open TikTok. And before you know it, you've been on TikTok for 2 hours, and at the end of it, you are drained. There's no particular thing. You can't even remember what you did. You can't. There's nothing like, okay, these 2 hours I've spent scrolling. This is what I achieved. This is what I sold. This is what I learned. So the noise and the distraction is so much. And then some people just want a private Telegram group, private WhatsApp group, where they can learn, where they can pay, subscribe and learn. And it's great now because many of these platforms do have subscription models or integrations that allow people who subscribe to be able to pay you. So imagine a teacher in Telegram for math group, for math students, and they're paying $5 a month. And then he has 500 children. The parents register to teach math a month at $5. That's $2,500 a month. It's amazing, you know, what you can do with private niche communities, what you can teach online or in a private group. It's amazing, really limitless. You know, I have a guy who is into crypto. He's been in crypto for 10, 11 years. And he knows it. This is not the type of people who, you know, who just make money by teaching and they're not actually doing it. Now, yes, Chidema says that the noise and distraction on Facebook made me to stop scrolling the app. I ran. Yeah, very true. So, and people are tired. And some people just, okay, I want to learn this. I want to learn how to make money in crypto. That's what I want to learn. So I don't want all this noise on Facebook or YouTube or something. I need a private space. So this guy is making a lot of money on his subscription group. In fact, to enter, you first of all do, I think it's $500, $1,000. Then every month there are people paying him about $100 each to continue to educate them about crypto. And they are getting results, which is why people are able to pay. Because if I pay you $100 a month, and then I'm making, out of the $100 a month, I'm making $200 profit. That's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal. So consider niche subscription. What do you know that you can teach? So how do you begin? First of all, pick a niche with hungry learners. Hungry learners. That is the key. Type that in the comment section. Type hungry learners. That is the key to making money online. Hungry learners. Okay, so this could be parenting, it could be career, it could be crypto, it could be fitness. And I was speaking with a medical doctor the other day. You have no idea, you know, how much coaching and mentorship you can do for medical people all over the world. You know, you're probably so good at what you do. Maybe you are an eye surgeon or something like that, and you're really good at it. You're really good at it. You can actually create a voice and have this private group, people from around the world, Pakistan, US, Canada, South Africa, everywhere, who are ready to pay you in dollars to teach them something. Or maybe you're an academic and you're particularly good with research methods. That is money minting. You're particularly good with research methods. That is a money minting machine. And you can get people from all over the world in your little Telegram or WhatsApp group. You're teaching them. And then they're paying monthly, paying $50 every month. And then imagine $50 every month, and then you have 200, 100 people. $50 times 100, how much is that? Is that 500? No, that's more than that. 50 times 100. Is that not $5,000? Or is it 500 a month? Whatever, you get the idea. There's a man somewhere in Jos, I believe, you know, who works for students. He helps them to do statistical analysis. Statistical analysis is another, see, because I'm talking about niche. It's another area. It's another area. So you have PhD students, you have master students, you have all that. And they want to understand statistical analysis so that they can analyze their results and be able to interpret the data, come to conclusions. Do you know the tens of thousands of people around the world, in South Africa, in Nigeria, in Poland, everywhere, who are PhD students, who want to do their statistical analysis, and they need somebody to guide them? Can you imagine if you have something like that, you know, like a super niche like that, and then these guys are paying you $100 a month, and you have your WhatsApp group. WhatsApp can take up to 1,000 people. Can you imagine the cash flow? You have a WhatsApp group, and people in the group want to teach them statistical analysis. You take all those very simple, you know, and pieces it for them, show them examples. What is regression? What is standard deviation? How do you use that? When do you use chi-square? When do you use, you know, all this? And then you're teaching them. And then if you make the mistake, or if even adding statistical SSPS, you know, statistical something package for statistical analysis, something like that, and then you add it in that group, you're teaching them. See, SPSS, that's what they call it. Because I remember I used it during my postgraduate program, statistical package, I think for social scientists or something like that. It was incredible. And a few guys, you know, in my postgraduate program at that time that knew it, they were like kings. So there are these niches. There's money in your niche. So identify hungry learners in that niche. Then use WhatsApp, use Telegram. You can also use Patreon, which is very popular in the US, or Substack. Then charge a small monthly fee. Provide incredible value. And you will never lack money for the rest of your life, because you will always have people in the niche who are subscribing to learn that thing. Okay? The internet is crowded, but private communities are the new kingdoms. So think about private community as your new kingdom. Build your new kingdom. Build your new kingdom on something you know. God has already put money in your head. Put it in your heart. It's all around you. Why are you choosing the complicated things? Why are you choosing complications? Okay? So, number 9, and I love this. 9th way to make money online, stock, and crypto micro investing. Please type it, everybody. Stock and crypto micro investing. Very, very challenging. And I'm still learning crypto. That's why I haven't started running courses on it, because I follow a principle that I called Ezra principle. You study, you practice, and teach. So I'm studying crypto like crazy. I'm practicing it. The other day, sometime last month, I think there's some little bit of bull run, setting up right now. But I remember last month was very brutal, because I woke up one day. My portfolio was a certain amount of money, and actually in the thousands. And overnight, I opened my crypto portfolio, and then I had lost like 30% in thousands of dollars. I had lost 30% overnight. Some of you may have seen a post I made on LinkedIn and on Facebook. It was because of that experience. So I said, remember, I don't know if anybody saw that post. I said that that crypto is not your mate. It's not everybody's mate. I said that one day you can buy a car. Your portfolio grows so much you can buy a car. The next day, you suffer such a loss that you can only buy one tire. I don't know how many of you saw that post, and that's because of what it is. But it's exciting because you can actually work if you know what you're doing. Because the market is so volatile. But over the long run, it's incredible, because I knew when crypto was $10 and I didn't buy. Today, I think as of yesterday, Bitcoin had, not crypto. So I knew when Bitcoin was $10. I knew when it was $1,000, and people were talking about it. I just didn't care. Today, if you want to buy that one Bitcoin, it's $123,000 for one. I wasn't digressing, but I'm just saying that stock and crypto micro investing is one way. If you're the sort of person that, you have money you can play with, not your house rent, not your school fees, not your children's school fees, but you have money that you can't afford to. Yeah, this can open up an incredible new kingdom from what I'm seeing for you. So crypto might accelerate your retirement. Okay, so now, but in the old days, investing meant you had to have like $10,000. Investing in those days meant that you had to have $50,000, $100,000 in those days, like a minimum. But today, you can even start with $10. Isn't it incredible? That's why I'm saying that if in 2025 you're not making money somehow online, that you're leaving money on the table, and then you're decelerating your retirement. You're unnecessarily prolonging your retirement. Because the key to retiring comfortable, rich, enough to fulfill your purpose here on earth. Many people think that their purpose is just to come and work and continue to earn money till you're earning money till you're 70, 75. What are you earning the money for? So at some point, you need to be more engaged with your real purpose in life, like 80-20. 20% financial activities, 80% your mission. And then in fact, at some point, when 100% your mission, because you've set up your financial system in such a way that, you don't have to work if you don't want to for money. So you can start with $10. How do you begin? If you're in Africa, you can, like Nigeria, you can actually start with apps like Bamboo. I use Bamboo to access US stocks. So, because today you can buy US stocks from anywhere. And in fact, it's even going to become much more accessible because there are moves to start trading US stocks the way crypto is traded. Because crypto, did you know that crypto is 24/7? Crypto trades 24 hours every day. As I'm talking to you now, this is Sunday. Crypto is people are making money in crypto. They are buying and selling. So very soon they will make the American stocks. You can buy anytime and all that. But the good news is that you don't have to. Apple is $200 and something, for instance. You don't need $200. Some other stocks, like 500. I think Meta, Facebook is surprisingly high. I don't know what Facebook. Somebody can check for me. Whether I saw 700 or something, was it 70? Somebody quickly check the stock price for Facebook. So you don't need $700 because you can buy. They've made it such that you can buy fractional shares. In the Nigerian stock market, it's not fractional yet. So if GT Bank is $100, 100 naira, it means that you have to buy 1 unit. You have to have at least 100 naira to buy one. So they can't sell 50 naira worth of GT Bank to you because it is not fractional. But the American stocks and the European stocks, you can buy with however much you have. You can buy Tesla, and you don't have to have the full. Tesla should be, is it 100 and something or 200 and something dollars? Somebody can check, and type in the comment section. You don't have to have the entire 200. If you have $5, you can buy Tesla. So the whole thing is accessible. It's accessible to everybody. Okay, so you can use Bamboo, Chaka, Robinhood, Binance. I use, for my crypto, I use BitGet, and I use BitGet, I use KuCoin, and I use Bybit, because many of the coins that you want to buy, you may not find them in one exchange. So, but if you are starting, all right, Jimmy says that Tesla is over $400. Good. So now you don't need up to $400. You don't need $400 to become an owner in Tesla. If you have $40, you buy because of the fractional shares arrangement that they have in the market. And then you can proudly tell everybody that, listen, you are a shareholder in an American company. That's a big thing. Don't play. Tell somebody, don't play with me. I might look small in your eye, but I'm a shareholder in Tesla. I'm a shareholder in Microsoft. And my rule, usually one of my investment rules, is to own everything I use. So if I own a Tesla, I must buy a Tesla. I use Apple products. I use iPhone. I use everything around me is Apple. I use MacBook. I use, since I switched to Mac products, Apple products, many 2000 and something. I've never looked back. So now I don't just want to be a consumer. I invest in Apple because I want any time that you buy that your expensive iPhone, you're a consumer. I want to be okay. So what watch am I wearing? That's a good question. I don't know that it's not Apple Watch, okay? If that's the point you're making, it's not Apple Watch. Anyway, so buy what you use. So you see, if you buy the share in Apple, anytime that somebody buys an iPhone, they bought from your company, you're making money. So do business with your company. That's how to think like an owner, not just a consumer or a renter. Okay? Don't wait for $1 million before you invest. Invest so that you can have $1 million. So people are making money. There's so many ways people are using making money online from crypto, from stocks. The people in Financial Fitness Challenge, I showed you how you can scan the entire American market or European stocks or the Abu Dhabi stocks, the entire any stocks in the world. I showed you how you can scan for growth companies, for penny companies. I demonstrated that to you using AI. Using AI. That's how I do my stock picks. So I'm able to do things that I could never do before, because only investment bankers could do in those days. Only groups like JP Morgan, Merrill Lynch, and Wall Street could do the sort of analysis that I'm able to do now to select the stocks I'm investing and hold. And my stock picks have been amazing. Even the Nigerian stock picks, because I use these same tools, these online tools, to pick them. So don't ignore stocks and crypto micro investing. That's number 9. Number 10, AI side hustles. AI side hustles. Let me make a statement that I don't want you to forget, and you can type it in the comment section. AI is the electricity of this era. Type it. AI is the electricity of this era. You know, a gentleman in the US sells ChatGPT prompts for $47. I actually bought, because I was very curious. And then he keeps building the database. There are other people who are building AI chatbots for small businesses. Some of us are building chatbots for bots for trading, forex, trading crypto, and things like that. So this one, you want to become very familiar with AI. You want to become don't let AI intimidate you. It's artificial intelligence makes it very easy for you, actually. It's the electricity of this era. So you can learn AI tools, build prompts, build chatbots and things like that, and then you can sell them on Fiverr. You can sell also on Gumroad. Okay. Those who learn AI today will employ those who fear it tomorrow. So don't be the one that will be employed because you are fearing it. Be the one that will employ others. Number 11, global gig platforms. So don't limit your hustle to your country. That's another amazing leverage that online gives you. I've been asking myself, why should somebody earn money only in Naira? Why in the world? In today's world, and with all the crazy things going on around the Naira, the devaluation, the inflation in the country, how are you doing it? How are you surviving with that your 300,000 Naira or 500,000 Naira a month? And you're married and you have 3 or 4 children with the school fees. A friend just sent their child to a school where they are paying more than 5 million Naira. So if you're earning that your 500, how are you going to be able to do it with 3-4 children? So you have to take this thing serious. Take tonight serious. This is not informational. This is for you to actually go home, go to the drawing board, or if you need my guidance, join the Financial Fitness Challenge. And just don't join it's not a get-rich-quick place. If you join, you have to work. You have to work, do the exercises, do the whatever, so we can help you to do that. But you really need to take this serious. So don't limit your earning. Don't limit your income to your country. Every one of us should earn money in at least your local currency and then one international currency, some other local ones. And then the amazing thing is that Seller allows me to earn money from Kenyan shillings, from Ghana cedis, from South African rands. I've earned money from Tanzania. So those people are paying me in their currency, and I'm getting it in mine. So I'm earning money from different, just by having this thing online. Now, some of you here, you may have been in these different countries, and you bought my product on seller. You paid in your local currency. You didn't pay in naira. So you see, I'm earning money from Kenya. I'm earning money from Tanzania. I'm earning money from Liberia. I'm earning money from Ghana every week. So don't limit yourself to your country, because that's the opportunity that you have today in the world. And some of you even travel. You travel all over the place. If you must go to one place and stay 6 months, you should be earning money. What is 6 months? Even if you go to a place, maybe you go to do some project in Malaysia or something. Why should you be, and then you are going to be there for 4 months or 6 months? Why should you be taking money from your home country? At some point, you are online. At some point, you should be able to sell something and generate cash from that place. Make your money from that place. You can't be using money from one country to fund whatever you are doing in another country. And then if I'm going to go to vacation in the United States, I should earn dollars. Even if it's not all of what will sustain me there, but at least to pay my fare, move me around or something, do something from US dollars. I shouldn't be using my naira to fund US. That is because that is hefty. So you have to think that way. Money is no longer geographic boundary. It's no longer a geographic boundary thing. So what you can do, sign up on Fiverr or Upwork. Start from there. There's also Freelancer. There's also Deal. All these global platforms where you can serve people from all over the world. Now, polish your profile. Do something. Get your first result, because if you're freelancing, your very first task is to get result. Get result for somebody and have samples in your portfolio. This is what you can now use to start building reviews, and then you can now scale your pricing, but you can start small. People are making money there. One of the ladies that I brought during the Financial Fitness Challenge, I think it was cohort 3 or cohort 4, she's in Uganda, Joy. Joy is doing amazing in Uganda. Joy has never worked in a formal situation, to the best of my knowledge, at least in the past 4 years. She's never worked for a company or for civil service or something in her country. Purely making her money online. Very comfortable. She spoke to us. So people are doing these things from Uganda, from Kenya, everywhere. You can as well. Okay? Borders are for passports, not paychecks. Type it in the comment section. So now borders, we're talking about borders around the country. Borders are for passports, not for paychecks, not for finances. Okay. Then the final one for today, the 12th way to make money online is creator partnerships. Please type it, creator partnerships. Hillary, explain what you mean that you have lost track on the Financial Fitness Challenge. Please explain. Type explain in detail. And then if you're in the group, also explain and then ask for help. Just ask your question there in the group, and then you should get help, okay? So borders are for passports, not for paychecks. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so creator partnerships. This is how it works. Influencers are drowning, and you can rescue them and get paid. Influencers have so much demand on their time, and there's so much of it because as they are growing, they have lots of videos to shoot, they have video editing, they have sound editing, there's all kinds of things. They have even the shooting. They can't handle it. They can't handle it. So that is why you can rescue them and get paid. You can pitch to these influencers. All right. So some of you in Nigeria may have seen there's a gentleman in the construction space on TikTok. Fantastic videos. So he talks about architecture. He talks about construction, house construction in general, and it's brilliant. But actually, what makes it even more brilliant is that video editing. There's another gentleman. I understand he's a medical doctor in the health space. Of course, he makes 10,000 more money more he makes from his social media content than he makes in medicine, if he still does medicine, because he's purely content guy right now in the medical space. He does very well, explains things and all that. And then I don't think that anybody has better videos in this country than that guy. I don't know if many of you have seen the videos of his. He talks on all kinds of subjects. He uses some character, Emeka and Nkechi and things like that. So he talks about all kinds of subjects that are very interesting. And he has massive following. And part of it is that his videos are fun, extremely well edited. Whoever edits that video is a money. So you want to be that kind of person. What do they call that guy? Is it a Aproko doctor or something like that? Yeah. So if you've watched him, just say something about his videos, the quality of the videos, the editing is fantastic. That guy will not have that sort of following. If not, some people just watch it for the videos. You know, really well done. So you can imagine if that guy has to do that. He can't. And then you can imagine how well paid whoever is doing it is, because he's making massive kill online. He's making massive kills. I won't be surprised if that guy is netting up to $100,000 every month, including deals. I think at some point Bill Gates, he did something with Bill Gates and things like that. So that's a different subject altogether. But I'm just talking about the sort of things you can do for creators. So offer to edit, to write, to manage content for creators, to develop scripts, to brand them, and then you can now DM them. So I can turn your long videos into viral shorts. That is a gig. And build 2 to 3 clients. Start small. Prove yourself. Okay, and then you can use all kinds of tools available for you online. CapCut, Canva, you can use Descript, you can use Notion for all that. So when creators shine, the partners behind them eat. So the problem is when you are not making the creator shine because you are not good at it. But I can tell you that whoever is behind that doctor's content, I can tell you that the guy is good. Because if it does not pay him well, you don't know the thousands of people looking for. Because people, if you have been seeing the comments almost on all his, who did this? People are looking for him because he's good at it. So be that kind of person. So, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, if you haven't liked this or shared it, I don't know what you're waiting for. Take a moment and like this. Put your love to this live, and then click the share button and share to the community so that people will get to know. So I've given you 12 game-changing ways to earn online in 2025. More importantly, I have demonstrated how easy it is for you. That the only thing stopping you is just fear and self-doubt, and you need to deal with it. But I'm going to say that the key is do not try all the 12. No. Pick one, master it, then you can scale. Because if you are trying all the 12 ways to make money online, it's going to be too chaotic. So pick one that most appeals to you at this time, and then master that and move on from there. So, but let me leave you with this. The internet will not make you rich. Your decisions on the internet will. I think somebody should type this down. And as you're typing it, I would like you to tell me what your aha moments are. The internet will not make you rich. Your decisions on the internet will. All of us are on the internet. There are half of the 4 billion people on the internet. But how many people are rich? Because their decisions are not aligned with what I've told you today, including you. Your decision when you go to the internet is you're looking for entertainment. And you'll find it, lots of it. You're looking for distraction. You're looking for something like a coping, something to use to cope and escape reality. And if you look at all the people going on, all the people who are there on the internet complaining about poverty and things like that, their decisions are keeping them poor. The internet will not make you rich. Your decision on the internet is what will make you rich. And so if you want to go deeper with this, and then you want me to help you to build your daily cash flow systems, then join me in the Financial Fitness Challenge. We are enrolling right now. And if you go to the description of this very video, this very session, you will see a link to join the Financial Fitness Challenge, because that's where the magic happens. That's where you meet so many people. Now, when you join, you will automatically have access to the learning platforms, a group of videos on these subjects that I've arranged for you, like I was talking about, saving you from the noise that is the internet and giving you a focused place to learn and to transform. So you have all this list of videos and worksheets. Then you will be added to a community where you help yourselves. People from different parts of the world, you can ask your questions, you can share your learnings, and then other people. Because wealth, like we say in the Financial Fitness Challenge, is a team sport. Okay, so I can see a couple of aha moments here. So let me read a few of them and then we can round off tonight. So, real motivation. Marshall says the internet will not make you rich. Your decision on the internet will. Real motivation says the internet will not make you rich. Yes, my decisions on the internet will. Okay. And Adeola says, aha moment, the prison door is open. What are you still waiting for? Festus says, money is no longer caged within boundary. Absolutely. Money is so democratized. Money is like spirit right now. Okay. Your passport is for borders, not for paychecks anymore. Okay. Avi says, your ideas can clothe the world. Absolutely. Right. Tochuku says, money has no border. William says, value. Okay, William is watching from the Republic of Congo. Bless you. My heart longs for my brothers and sisters in Congo. Chinedum says, my aha moment is, what do I know that I can teach? Fantastic. Absolutely. Okay, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, whatever happens, keep showing up. You never know what's coming your way next. And I'll see you exactly same time on Wednesday. Our live sessions now are Wednesdays and Sundays. So God bless you, and you have a fantastic week ahead. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Good night.